Well, good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Drum Online again. I'm Tony Fountain, and I have here today as my guest, Mr. Colin McLennan. Now, before we start on Colin, I'm going to ask you in a moment, but what we're really talking about today is the antique fair that he's promoting up here on the 2nd of August. But Colin, I just find it fascinating with your career to sit down with, and I do feel not awkward doing this, but I'm sitting here with someone who's actually has as a client Sir Michael Parkinson, David Frost, and
Peter Ustinov.
Peter Ustinov, and I'm trying to be an interviewer for. So tell us a little bit about that.
I was fortunate enough to get involved with television, initially through sport. I produced on rugby league midweek competition, the fountain&Co Cup,
Right.
Panasonic Cup, that ran for 19 years. But out of that connection with television and indoor tennis on Channel 10, I got involved with television and then fortuitously was able to attract David Frost to come out and do an interview series in Australia. Right. And that was just before the 72 election. So like it or not, David Frost helped put Gough Whitlam into power.
Political tips on our show.
Yeah. We got record audiences that night. And then we did for 6 weeks with the whole series. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with good talk on television.
Right.
So it was only a few years later when I went to London. I didn't know Michael Parkinson. Got an introduction to him. Spent some time with him for over a week because I was going to do an Australian talk show.
Right.
My host then, who I won't mention, got too nervous about it and withdrew. So I said to Michael Parkinson, "Would you like to come and do a series in Australia?" He said, "I'd love to." And I said, "Why hasn't your show been sold in Australia?" I can't believe it when I saw all the people that had been on it.
Yeah.
Peter Sellers and Bob Hope and Bing Crosby and blah, 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 since 1972 onwards. And he said, the BBC does not believe that they would understand my accent. And they sold the rights to an American. I said, oh, bugger. And he said, but he's in London at the moment. I said, where? I saw him that afternoon. I had the rights to Australia and New Zealand that afternoon. And came back the next day, still with Parkinson for the week. And I said to him, I've got the rights, would you come out and do a series? I really would love to do that. And that was in 1979 when he agreed. He came out in 1980. And then we had record ratings on ABC, and suddenly the Packers and the Murdochs and the Fairfaxes realised who he was and what he was doing, and it became a Dutch auction.
Yeah.
And so he became a very, very wealthy man out of Australia.
Yeah. Isn't it, I know we're sort of jumping off the subject a bit here, but isn't it amazing how if you simply ask, you get things, and so many people don't do it because they think, oh no, he won't, and they make a judgment already. I mean, if you'd caved in that day and said, oh, bugger, it's not going to happen, it wouldn't have.
I've had situations. I don't mean to be pretentious when I say this or whatever.
No, I'm in awe of your record.
I've made phone calls to the States to major names. And they're flattered by a phone call from Australia.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah.
And they take it. And some serious people in the States I've got to see out of simply putting a phone call through.
Yeah.
My name's Colin McLennan, I'm from Australia, I'm involved with television, can we have a chat?
Yeah.
And they do.
Well, it's funny you say, we're right off the subject, we'll get back to antiques in a minute. But
Antiques, Sunday, August 2.
Good man. He's selling it, you see. Reading SA Quarterly of David Kilkillen's the other day, and he was saying when he was appointed to Condoleezza Rice, and he got away with saying things to them that no one else was going to say because he had an Australian accent, and they were mystified. Yeah. Anyway, that's got us off the subject. We'll get off Iraq. So, Colin, and I guess, folks, if you're like me, and obviously, Colin, you're a tragic when it comes to antique road shows and these sort of shows, I just think this is enormously exciting. This is what you're trying to do. So basically it's an antique and fine art fair. I'm reading off the poster. Chevalier College on the 2nd of August. Tell me about it.
It's an all-day event. When I came down here 2.5 years ago.
Yep.
I love the Southern Highlands, and there's a lot of talent down here. An enormous amount of talent in television and the theatre. And I just realised that good, intelligent, provocative talk can be very entertaining. And my experience with television, thought, what is there that's down here? Now, I've planned Topic Talks as my branding,
Yep.
topictalks.com.au.
Yep. The URL's down there, folks.
And I plan to do a series.
Right.
This one's on antiques and fine art, because this is almost one of the capitals of Australia,
Yeah.
antiques and fine art. So I've gone and got hold of 4 or 5, in fact, of the most respected authorities on antiques, on silverware, on art, etc.
Yep.
And I said, look, would you guys come down? I'm talking about Martin Farrer from Lawson's. I'm talking about Tim Abdallah from Menzies, one of the
Yep.
great art experts of Australia. I'm talking about Jolyon.
Yep.
Jolyon's my silver expert.
Yep.
Jolyon James, who is regarded as a major silver expert, and of course Philip Thomas.
Yep.
Now, they're coming down quite honestly because it helps them promote their
Their own business.
expertise
Yep.
in this capital of,
Yep.
you know, of values and premiums. So they're happy to come down, and we've got an all-day event.
Right, so it's not as we see it on Antique Roadshow, where
Nothing
it's just
like-
get on a queue and tell me about whatever.
Nothing like that at all.
Okay.
We're inviting the audience to come to Chevalier College on August 2 for morning coffee at 10 o'clock, or from
Yep.
10 o'clock. 11 o'clock we'll have these 4 guys on stage. Our moderator is the local guy, Peter McQueen.
Yeah, I know Peter. Yep.
In the auction business. And these 4 experts with Peter will talk for 11 o'clock to say 12 o'clock.
Right.
Good, concise, punchy presentation about what the trends and what's happening
Yes.
with prices and values in the future. And then we're going to have, which I love doing, I really do, we're going to have a Q&A for a
Right.
good hour. And I do know how to ensure that you've got good momentum
Right.
for the Q&A.
Yep.
Then we're going to have lunch. Now these guys will mix with the audience during lunch,
Right.
and then at 2:30 they will, and there'll be the hall we're using at Chevalier. We'll use about 2/3 of it with seating.
Right.
So behind that we'll have tables set up where people can take their
Come on.
items up.
Yep.
And each one of these guys will do their own category.
Right.
So
Okay.
whether it's
Excellent.
art or
All right.
in fact, we're now bringing down, because of the demand, we're bringing down an extra valuer
Yep.
for jewellery.
Yep. Excellent.
All right.
So, all right. So that's $75 per person.
$75. That
Good.
includes lunch, includes a glass of
Whole
wine,
box and dice.
the whole
Okay.
day of activity.
All right.
It'll
So
go
fa-
from 10 o'clock probably till 4 o'clock.
Okay. Well, folks, there's the URL at topictalks.com.au, or you can book at Barrel Bookstore.
Barrel Bookshop, yep.
Buy your tickets at Barrel Bookshop as well. So look, it'll be a fantastic day, and I'm sure you've gathered the opinion in the last 7 minutes or so we've been talking that this is a man that knows his oats. So we can look forward to a lot more Colin McLennan productions here.
Can I tell you what the next one
Yeah,
is?
here we go.
Here we go.
Yep.
Sell, right?
Yes.
The next one in late October, early November is all about the Southern Highlands, and it's going to be real estate,
Yep.
lifestyle,
Right.
and investment in
Beautiful.
the Southern Highlands.
Right. We'll be covering that with the drum as well.
There you go.
So, folks, there we go. And I'll just pick up on something that Colin said about the people in the Southern Highlands. I never cease to be amazed about who lives here. And you especially see that in November, I think it's November, when the art trail's on. That's a fantastic event, and which I guess ties in a bit with the antiques on the way around. Wonderful place to live. Love to see you here at the Antique and Fine Art show that Colin's promoting. And remember, as long as you've got a pulse, you're having a good day. Hooroo.